Just one second. So welcome. Thank you for all of you for joining us this afternoon and taking the time out of your Sunday. Warm welcome from Montreux. So in the background, you'll see this is where we're located in Switzerland and on the shore of Lake Geneva. Myself, my name is Arnold and I'm the admissions manager here. And I would like to introduce our panel today, my colleagues, Tracy Moxley, who's our Director of Education and Innovation, John Halligan, who's not here with us today, but he's one of the founders of our school. And the two of them carry over 30 years of experience in education worldwide. I would like to introduce Mr. Peter Slade. He's the head of our school. He's coming from a hospitality background. He was teaching at several hospitality universities in Switzerland. So just to place our school in a context, so Switzerland is located in the very heart of Europe, as you can see on the slide. It's very convenient in many ways. You can travel around, explore Europe from Switzerland very easily. So Paris, London, everything, Barcelona, they're about 1 hour flight away from where we are. Montreux itself is a very unique place. It is located in the Alps, but it has a tropical climate at the same time. So we have a lot of palm trees. We have the lake, and we have a lot of famous residents in Switzerland, or ex-residents. For example, Freddie Mercury, whose statue you see on the picture. And I would like to pass it on to Tracy Moxley, who will introduce our curriculum and our academics in more detail.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to take you through who we are first before I move on to the academic program. We are a group of schools specializing in the IBCP. So the IBCP is the sister program of the DP, and we are very much passionate about that program and its combination of academic and vocational work. Our motto is world-class, world-ready, and we strive to provide a world-class education for our students and make them ready for the real world. So a little more on partnerships. We have a beautiful residence in the Institute Montreux, and we pride ourselves on our small personalized work with students. We focus on teaching and learning in this amazing facility. It's a phenomenal setting in Montreux, and it just allows us to tailor the best program for our students, both educationally and in terms of the accommodation. And you'll hear about that a little later on. So more on our partnerships. What we have done is we've partnered with some of the most prestigious business schools and universities from around the world. And as you can see here, they are Swiss Education Group, with some of the best high quality, excellent schools in Switzerland. But also we are a member of the Institute of Hospitality, the first high school to do so. And we're also partnered with an International University Alliance. And those are a number of US universities that also offer our students advanced standing. And I'll talk a little bit about that later on. In addition, EU Business School is another partner, allowing our students to use the qualifications they gain at MIS to move forward into their choice of university, and that's globally. So we offer 2 bespoke pathways using the IBCP, and you can see there it's the business, luxury, hospitality and brand, and we also offer digital marketing and business, and again we'll talk about those in some detail later on. These bespoke pathways, for example, here show you that you can take your IBCP, gain your certificate in business, luxury, hospitality and brand, which is your career-related study, and either move into one of our partner educational institutions, which is, for example, here, a number at the Swiss Education Group, or you may decide to go to an alternative educational provider, or indeed onto business. So, our story. Well, we pride ourselves in being a bespoke, innovative education provider. And as you can see here, what we're trying to do is give students the academic and vocational skills that they need, not only for university, but also to move forward in life, and give them the proper preparation so that they can be as successful as possible. And again, there's our motto, the world ready and career ready. So a little bit about the IB. The IB has 4 programs, and our career related program is a sister program to the DP. Basically, the programs encourage students to become active, compassionate, global citizens who enjoy learning and want to be lifelong learners. And so the IBCP is the career-related training program that we have adopted at MIS. So Montreux International School, in that case, has developed a unique centre of excellence for business innovation and hospitality, as well as digital marketing. And we ensure that students have both the most bespoke, personalised instruction, but also ensure that our teachers are up to date with their pedagogical practice in order to ensure that our students are most successful as they move forward in their journey. So the IB career-related program is unique in that it offers students both professional, academic and personal skill development. It has a focus on global citizenship and ensuring students are completely at home, whether it's in their own culture or in the other cultures of the world that they will come into contact with as international citizens. We obviously, as I said before, we foster attitudes and habits of mind. We want students to become lifelong learners. What the IBCP does is combine the academic and the practical. So students get that practical experience within the world of work. Currently, there are 230 schools in 23 countries that offer the IBCP. We are the first school in Switzerland to do so, and we offer a great many advantages in terms of that personalised interdisciplinary approach to learning. We try and tailor what we're doing to our individual students to really ensure that they develop self-confidence, resilience, communication skills, and gain those professional and academic skills that they need to be successful at university and in their choice of career. So I've talked a little bit about the IBCP and we've talked about the fact that it has a number of elements, and you can look and read on the little icon next door, and it tells you about the different elements of the IBCP, learning about different cultures, opportunities and career options, engaging in real world issues, and so on and so forth. Interestingly, the career-related study sits within the IB core and is a main focus of the course. It provides, as you can see here, industry-aligned training and certification, and gives the students very, very tailored and bespoke skills and competencies and attitudes required in their chosen vocation. There are 4 elements to the core program, very similar to the DP. The students do a service learning element, a language development course other than their own, a reflective project, and there is an explicit personal and professional skills course. The reflective project develops research skills and independent learning, and the language program links to that understanding of cultural and global awareness, really emphasizing that global citizenship element. So here are 2 world-class programs that we are delighted to talk to you about today. The IBCP Business, Luxury, Hospitality and Brand, and the IBCP Business and Digital Marketing. So MIS, when you take the IBCP, there are a number of subjects that you will take alongside the program. So you can see here some of the IB diploma subjects that we offer, and that's the first part of the program. We also offer, as I spoke about previously, the career-related study, and that's either in business and digital marketing or in business, luxury, hospitality and brand. And if you look down, I've also touched on some of those core aspects of the program, some of the skills that students are developing: critical thinking, creative thinking, those skills for the future, language and cultural development. And then they're working on being a servant, service learning, and thinking about how they can support and provide others with positive opportunities. You can see there applied ethics, looking at ethics, what it is, and how those are applied in business, which is hugely important in today's world. So without much more ado, I will pass on to my colleague, who is the head of the school, Mr. Peter Slade. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Tracy. As Tracy correctly put, I am the head of the school here in Montreux, and I'm just going to talk quickly about the 2 different pathways that we offer. The first one that we offer is the IBCP in business, linked with luxury hospitality and brand, how to develop different brands. It's a 2-year course. So with the CP, it has to be a 2-year course. You can't do it as 1 year or as a final year. It has to be done as a 2-year course. And what we're doing with this is you need to do a minimum of 2 IB diploma courses. So this is where the real academic side of things comes into it. And with the business, luxury, hospitality and brand, the DP courses that you'd be following, the first one would be business. And this has been chosen specifically as it relates to luxury hospitality. So you learn about the luxury hospitality, how hotels and luxury brands operate internationally, but linked together with the business aspects of that. So how to run your own company, entrepreneurship, and the rest of it. So you need to take a minimum of 2 IB diploma courses. So here at MIS, that would be the business DP and also English language and literature. And then there's a third one, which would be a modern foreign language. A lot of students will be choosing French for the obvious reason that English and French tend to be the most international languages of hospitality, but also to be able to integrate within the local community as well. The next one that we offer is the IBCP of Business and Digital Marketing. Again, this is a 2-year course, as all CP courses are. And with the 2 minimum IB diploma courses, instead of business, we offer psychology. For the obvious reasons that psychology understands the why. If we're doing marketing, we have to understand why people choose certain things, how we can actually influence other people to come on board with the things that we're marketing. Obviously, with digital marketing, this is all marketing these days. So traditionally, people would have taken sales and marketing. Here, we're going to have an influence of digital marketing. So it's future-proof, essentially. So a little bit, again, about the school. The way that we feel about our school is it's a home away from home. We've got small class sizes. I have very much an open door policy. So I'd love to get to know your young adults and also to get to know you. The school's been established since 1874, and it's a fantastic location. We've got already an amazing mix of nationalities of our students. So we've got students from Central America, South America, Eastern Europe, Europe. We have one student who is from India. So there will definitely be at least one person there that your students will be able to converse with. It's a very, very safe and secure area. So we're just about 5 minutes outside of Montreux Center. We're 2 minutes walk away from Lake Geneva, or on this end of the lake, we call it Lac Le Mans, and 20 minutes from the mountains. So 5 minutes walk away from the school, there's a funicular, followed by a train that will take you literally up to the peaks just behind. So for those of you who enjoy an outdoor lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle, which is what Switzerland is known for, we literally are very, very well equipped, as it were. Now, unlike a lot of international schools, we're a day school as well as a boarding school. So for the day school, these would be local students, mostly Swiss students. So we're inclusive. So we're not just for international students. And I think this is very, very important to get that mix of our students being able to engage with the local culture, which is a very, very big part of the career-related program. There is flexible boarding options available. So if, for example, a student wanted to just stay Monday to Friday, that can be done. It's available on request, but generally speaking, for the boarding students, they'll be here from Monday to Sunday every single week. Our accommodation is fantastic. As you can see here from these images, most of the rooms have a view of the lake. They're double shared rooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. So there'd be 2 students per room. And these are very modern looking rooms. If your child, however, would prefer a single room, we can accommodate this upon request. However, with our international feel, we feel that the students will actually feel more comfortable if they're actually sharing a room with somebody else, so they can share their experiences, help with studying, and emotional and personal support as well. Laundry service and weekly cleaning is all included, and it is very secure. So all students will be given a security badge. There'll be somebody present throughout the day and overnight as well. So if any problems exist, there's somebody available there to assist your child throughout the day. So our classrooms are modern, fully equipped with the latest technologies. Within our classrooms, we're fully integrated with Apple technologies, and we are in the process of becoming an Apple accredited school. So all of the students will be using iPads as well as their own personal computers. And this way they can share their images, share their presentations, literally at a flick of the finger. And in the afternoons, we have, smaller classrooms, and these will be hosted with the Swiss Education Group universities. So our students will be studying in the same place as university level students. So they have that level of support and professionalism that's required. We do have larger classrooms, for example, for examinations, and these tend to be more traditional rooms, as you can see here on the right-hand side of your screen. Now, as a school that offers hospitality as well as digital marketing, our partners within the Swiss Education Group will be hosting us in the afternoons. So lunch and dinner are actually provided at the hospitality universities located here in Montreux. As such, as you would imagine from a hotel management school, the level and standard of food is excellent. So it's healthy, a great variety. Within these institutes, they generally tend to have anything from 60 to 70 different nationalities. So they're very well prepared to cater for different cultures and ensure that everybody has something that they'll actually enjoy. And it's healthy as well. You don't necessarily have to tell your children that, but it is nutritious, healthy, and tasty food. And that's provided 7 days a week. Switzerland is renowned for healthy living. Within our school, within the grounds of the school, we've got basketball courts, volleyball, tennis, football, as well as various indoor activities in case of snow, which we do get occasionally here down in Montreux. And we really focus on having a healthy body to create a healthy mind. I do feel that having some form of exercise every day really helps to stimulate our students when they're studying and their concentration within the class. So this can be excursions to the local mountains. This could be trips down to the lake for either swimming or boating activities. So living in Montreux, we can guarantee that if your child loves exercise, there are so many different opportunities. If they like to relax, there's plenty of places to relax as well, due to, as Arnold pointed out, our unique microclimate. So it's almost like a tropical sort of feel, especially during the summer. And even in the winter, we rarely get snow, but the mountains surrounding us are usually filled with snow. So if you want to go skiing or other activities such as that. Obviously, having places to relax are very, very important. So it's not just all academics, study all the time. We realize that sometimes you just need to switch off, chill out with your friends. So there's lots of different places where our students can go to either relax with their friends or if they need their own personal space. So this is one of our rooms, one of our student rooms in the Institute Monte-Rosa. And it's very, very relaxing. I know that when I was younger, I would have loved to have a room like this within the school to go and escape from, the constant academic side of things. So, as I said, relaxation is a key part, places to go and be able to do group work in different study areas. And so we've got places to go and play games. This image here on the left, this is our student common room. So this is on the ground floor of the accommodation. It's like our reception area for MIS. And this is a place where students can go have a juice, have a coffee, work on group projects together, or simply sit down and read a book. So there's a common library there for works of fiction or things that support their studies as well, where they can just get away from things and immerse themselves in some way of relaxing or socializing with their friends. Lots of different opportunities. So for example, in this middle picture, this is a place again for group or individual work. But we still have, screens. So if they want to practice, for example, their presentations or share information, there's always that opportunity there where they can mix academics with pleasure and socialization. And socialization is one of the things that we really feel is key to a great education, particularly within the career-related program. Beyond the classroom, we'll be offering different types of societies. So there'll be debate classes, charity committees, the student government, as well as the parent groups as well. So I want to be able to hear how the students feel about everything from the classroom environments, the food that they're eating, the teaching that they're receiving, the pace of the classes, as well as hearing from the parents. I think the parents really need to be involved. I know it's difficult sometimes to send your children away to a different country, as safe as Switzerland is, but I want to be able to have, again, that open door policy where parents can get in touch with me and can discuss how their child is progressing, and also just to reassure everybody as much as possible, as well as the students, and making sure that they have a say in the education and the progression that they have beyond the university. With that in mind, we have an excellent career development and university counselor who from the very first day will be helping to guide and mentor our students to help them discover which sort of pathway they want to go to. They could begin, straight away with entrepreneurship, small business owner internships internationally. Or if they prefer to go straight to university, we can also help guide them towards the university or country that they want to go to. And as I said, that starts the very first day, if not before. So applications are open now. As I mentioned previously, we already have students enrolled. These applications can be made anytime up to the 1st of August. With us being a small school, we do recommend that applications should begin as soon as possible. If for some reason, after the 1st of August, there's any issues and you would like to still apply, we can do this on a case-by-case basis. So it would be a bit of a rush, particularly, for the organization of visas. So we do actually recommend that you apply as soon as possible, first to secure your place for your child, but also to make sure that we can go through the process as smoothly as possible. We have 3 terms per year. So this September, we'll be beginning the 2nd week of September, and that runs up to Christmas. Then we start again in January with a small break, and then continuing on from April all the way through to June. So it's split into 3 terms. However, to start the academic year, you need to begin in September. So the steps that we need to take. So first of all, we can start with some personal counseling to discover where your students' interests lie, where they see themselves developing in the future, and making sure that they're the right fit for our school. So it's not just about getting as many students as possible, it's about getting students that are going to benefit the most. I'm very much focused on the success after graduation. This is how I base the success of the school. It's not about how well they achieve while we're here, it's their success going on, either through their career, their university. And so with the CP, we develop those skills to prepare them to work in a real world context. It's not just about theory, it's about understanding how they're actually going to engage globally. So they're prepared for a career. The next step would be a school visit. Now, if you're lucky enough to be able to come here to Switzerland, I would love to host you in our school. Or we can do that virtually via Zoom. And that would be with myself, Arnold, or sometimes Tracy as well. But it gives us a feel, and I'd love to be able to, meet yourself and your young adults. We can then go through the application process, which we can guide you through. We also do an aptitude test. Now, this is not an entrance exam. It's what we call the CAT 4 exams. And this just looks at how our students prefer to learn. Are they more visual? Are they more academic? Are they more verbal? And that way we can tailor-make individual ways of learning for each student. And again, this is why we keep our school numbers low, is so that we can give that individualized attention, which you just don't get from these larger schools that have thousands and thousands of students, where the only time that they go to see the head of school normally means that they're in trouble. In our school, if they get sent to see me, it's normally for a conversation, maybe a coffee or a juice, just to see how everyone's doing. The next step would be us accepting your application and then enrollment. Once you are enrolled, that's when the visa process would begin. And that would be supported by ourselves. And it's usually a fairly straightforward process, but we'd guide you along the way. So as I say, feel free to get in touch. You can contact myself directly, and we can arrange to give you a tour of the area, answer any extra questions. I know that this is a very short webinar, and we just want to make sure that you feel happy and secure in your choices and make sure that we're the right fit for you. And this is very, very important, that your young adults feels safe, confident, and secure, and that you also feel that you can trust the environment around here, especially in this, shall we say, turbulent times. So at the moment, I would like to open it up for any questions that you may have. So I know that there's some things that have been coming up in the Q&A posts. I believe a lot of those have been answered, but now's your opportunity if you have any questions regarding the program, regarding the area, or anything else that may be crossing your mind. So we've got a few different questions here. One of the questions is about, the student exchange program. So it's a 2-year program. We don't really do, shall we say, an exchange program as such. So students will be with us for 2 years. The CP program itself lasts for just shy of the 2-year program. And then after that, they'll also have the opportunity to do internships. So this could be internships anywhere in the world. Obviously, Switzerland would be an obvious choice, particularly for students who want to progress on to the second year of learning within one of the Swiss Education Group schools. So if you have a young adult or a learner who really has an interest in hospitality, what we can do is we can give that progression straight away, straight into the second year or the third term as it happens. And having an internship before that is invaluable. So like I say, that could be in Switzerland, it could be back home in India, it could be in the Maldives, it could be in the Caribbean, it could be in Sweden, depending on where the placement can be. So it's a really good opportunity as well to put the practical elements, the academic elements into a real world context.
So there are some questions about visas and fees, and if you contact us, we can give you that information. Students will come on a student visa to Switzerland. I don't know exactly the cost of that, but my colleagues who work in admissions and enrollment will help you if you get in touch with us. And it's not incredibly expensive. It's not at all. It's very affordable. So please get in touch with us for that. There's another question about the qualifications for the course. So we'll assess you with your current qualifications, and we'll do a transfer from whether you've got India qualifications, CBSE qualifications, whatever that is, we'll do that transfer, and you can come into our school. So someone's asked about a doctoral program, but we're high school. So from high school, you would get your IBCP and gain your certificates for your CRS. And then you would move into a bachelor program first. And yes, after that, there would be the postgrad programs as well.
There's a quick question there about, can you send your child after the 12th year? Again, as Tracy just outlined, we are a high school. So after the 12th, it wouldn't really be necessarily the most practical idea to do a further 2 years of a high school program. For that, I'll probably refer you back to SEG India and looking at the hospitality program there. One of the benefits of starting, for your final 2 years of high school is the fact that essentially those final 2 years of high school means that you're skipping ahead to the second year of university. So you actually get to skip the first year of university. And the reason we're able to do that is the fact that our courses are actually at a university level, but accessible to high school students. So we extend the program over 2 years, which gives you the equivalent of the first year of university. So we're quite unique in that sort of aspect, that it's not just getting you ready for university. We can actually organize advanced standing to university level degrees.
There's another question about why the CP is a world-class curriculum. It's a world-class curriculum because it is a global curriculum and globally recognized, but there are the academic rigor are the key parts of the program, but it's also combined with the vocational program as well. And it also has the development of those critical 21st century skills. So the whole program in itself is a great preparation for students for university, for going on to the world of work and moving through, whether that's academic or whether that's vocational, and students know that they want to move straight into work. So it's a world-class curriculum enabling the students to go really anywhere they want in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a question here about the pandemic. Of course, this question is going to come up. Absolutely. We're quite blessed at the moment here in Switzerland in the fact that our vaccination program is going forward at a very rapid pace. We're actually going to be opening up society again as of tomorrow, in fact. And so this means that we're in control enough at the moment to be able to reopen restaurants, museums and cinemas and things like this. So at the moment, I'd probably say that this is one of the safest places, particularly in Europe, to come and study. Within the school, as I said, we're slightly about 5 minutes outside of Montreux city center, and we're able to create a bubble. So if for some reason there is another, lockdown as such, as we're a high school, the rules here in Switzerland are if we can create our own little bubble, we can continue to talk face to face. But saying that as well, within our V, V is our umbrella company, as it were, as part of the group, and V are developing an online learning platform. So I remember when the lockdown first happened, a lot of high schools and universities simply took the face-to-face classes and stuck it on Zoom. And that's not the correct way to basically build an educational platform. So with V, we're starting the other way. We're saying, how can we make the best online learning that is actually designed for online learning, rather than shoehorning in a face-to-face class onto an online platform? So we are, COVID and pandemic ready. The other thing that we're offering as well is at the end of the first term, for example, so you study in school for 12 weeks, and then you have a further 2 weeks, which is online learning. Now, this will allow students, if they want to travel home to, say, for example, India or anywhere else in the world, in case there is quarantine where they're going, this will allow for that to take place and for them to spend some quality time, during the different holiday breaks. So we've actually built into the curriculum the best ways to ensure that we are pandemic ready, whether that's COVID or something that happens in the future. That was one of our main concerns when we were establishing the school, is to make sure that we're prepared for any eventuality, more so than I'd say a lot of other high schools or universities. Oh, that's a great question that we've got there. Why should I choose MIS for my kid? Well, first of all, because they'll be taught by some of the best teachers that we've been able to find. We're a small faculty, and we're very, very insistent on understanding your individual needs as a student here. So we want to know all of our students to give them that personalized education. If you have a child that's undecided whether or not they want to go to university or they just want to get out and start getting some experience. That could be working within digital marketing. This could be working within hospitality. We're able to give those different options. Now, we only have, as I said, 2 pathways, but the reason why we chose those 2 pathways is because it gives you a huge amount of options as to what you can do during the education and also post-graduation. With us being a CP specific school as well, the projects that they choose to do, these are projects that they feel passionate about. We're here to support them throughout that journey, to guide them and mentor them, but these are projects that they choose to do. So this could be helping a school in a developing country, for example, or helping a business somewhere in the world to audit their digital marketing or their social media. And so really, straight away, they're going to be dealing with real life situations, not just theory. And again, with these projects, these are with real businesses. We'll be bringing in international experts for masterclasses and also to work with different businesses. So this could be anything from the general manager of, say, the Four Seasons, or it could be the digital marketing startup that's, working in, say, for example, Geneva, or looking at different companies and saying, how can we best help your company to develop? So it's not theory. It's very much practical and real world situations, which not a lot of high schools are able to offer. Yeah, how can you contact us? The next steps, as I say, would be, I would refer you first to our website, which is, Montreux International School. If you search for that, we will be able to provide that to you. And if you look there, you will find information about the fees and about the application process. So what I'd really recommend is to make that initial inquiry. And then we can deal with you on a one-to-one basis. And every single student is different. Yeah. And with regards to, for example, language, so if some students have difficulties in acquiring or learning a foreign language, it's not just French that we offer. So we've got, the possibility of doing, for example, Mandarin or Spanish, for example. And we will be able to be there to mentor them. So if a student's having any difficulties, not just with languages, but for example, if they're doing psychology with digital marketing, or if they're doing business and luxury hospitality, we're there to support and mentor them as much as we can. If that means getting in, a special teacher or special tutor to focus on the individual problems that they have, that's absolutely what we will do. We're here to support them regardless of where the best ways for them to learn or their difficulties that they may have. If anything, overcoming difficulties is one of the best learning experiences that anybody can have despite their age. And we're there to, to support them with their strengths, but also to recognize what difficulties they have so that they can overcome them without any pressure. So from an exam point of view, we make sure that it's not just focused on the exams, it's about the development of the child over the 2 years that we have and supporting them beyond graduation.
Okay, thank you, Peter, and thank you, Tracy, and thank you all of you who participated in today's webinar. Unfortunately, this is all the time we had for the questions today, but don't despair. Myself and my colleagues would like to ask you to reach out to us, and you can arrange personal counseling with us, and there we can discuss any remaining questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you very much.